Alright guys, the ongoing trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been a lightning rod for controversy in Nigeria. Recently, a significant development occurred when a federal high court in Abuja admitted new evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, a move that has sparked heated debate about the future of his case and the broader implications for Nigerians' judiciary political systems. So we are going to dive into the details of this court admission and what it means for Nnamdi Kanu's legal battle and the potential consequences for his release from prison. We will explore the context of the case, the nature of the admitted evidence, and the ripple effects this could have on Nigerians' southeast region and beyond. Nnamdi Kanu, a British Nigerian activist, founded IPOB in 2012 to advocate for the secession of Nigeria's southeastern region to form an independent Biafran state. His activism, primarily through Radio Biafra, has made him a polarizing figure. Nnamdi Kanu was first arrested in 2012 on charges including treason and terrorism, sparking a large saga that has seen multiple court rulings, bail disputes, and allegations of human rights violations after fleeing Nigeria in 2027 following a military raid on his home. Kanu was controversially extradited. Can I say extraordinary rendition from Kenya in 2021, an action court later deemed illegal. Currently detained by the Department of State Service (DSS), Kanu faces 7-count charge related to terrorism, incitement, and illegal possession of broadcast equipment. The case is not just a legal matter but a political flashpoint, with Kanu supporters arguing that his detention is a form of persecution for his Biafran advocacy, while the Nigerian government insists he possesses a national security threat. The recent court's admission of evidence has brought renewed attention to the case, raising questions about his trajectory and Kanu's prospect for release. On May 7, 2025, reports emerged that the Federal High Court in Abuja admitted new evidence in Kanu's trial, a development that has been described as a critical junction. According to a post on X, the court accepted evidence presented by the prosecution through specifies about the nature of this evidence remain limited. Earlier court seasons, such as one on April 30, 2025, provided context. A DSS witness testified about Kanu's arrest in 2015, revealing that no weapon or instrument of terrorism were found in his possession, despite the terrorism charges. The same witness admitted that an analysis of Kanu's phone was conducted but not submitted to the court as it was deemed irrelevant. Additionally, the prosecution has alleged that Kanu used Radio Biafra to incite violence, including attacks on security operatives and government facilities. These claims form the backbone of the 7 charges, which include spreading inciting messages, importing a radio transmitter, and instructing IPOB members to disrupt elections. The court decisions to admit evidence, potentially including video of audio recording of Kanu's broadcasts, could strengthen the prosecution's case by providing tangible proof of incitement, even as the defense argues that no direct link to violence has been established. The admission of evidence is a double-edged sword. in the Nnamdi Kanu's case. Here is the breakdown of the implications, please. Let's just go straight. The Nigerian government has long argued that Kanu's brokers incite violence and destabilize the Southeast. If the admitted evidence includes clear examples of Kanu encouraging violent acts, it could bolster the terrorism charges. The prosecution has previously pointed to Kanu's alleged cause for attacks on police and government properties, as well as his role in funding the Eastern Security Network, ESN, as armed wing of IPOB. However, the defense has constantly challenged the credibility of such claims, noting that no individual has been directly linked to Kanu's orders in court. Kanu's legal team, led by prominent lawyers like Kanu Agbebi, has argued that the charges are baseless and politically motivated. They have highlighted procedural irregularities such as Kanu's illegal extradition and the lack of concrete evidence trying him to specific acts of violence. The admission of evidence could force the defense to pivot, focusing on discrediting the new material or arguing that it falls short of providing terrorism. For instance, the defense has previously questioned why no weapons were found during Kanu's arrest, undermining the narrative of him as a terrorist. The court handling of the evidence will be under intense screening. Past rulings such as the 2022 Appeal Court decision that dropped all charges against Kanu due to his illegal extradition, only for the Supreme Court to restate the trial in 2023, have raised questions about judicial independence. The admission of evidence must adhere to legal standard, with the defense having access to review and challenge it. Any perception of bias could fuel public unrest, particularly in the Southeast, when Nnamdi Kanu enjoys significant support. Now, the impact on bail applications. Kanu has repeatedly sought bail, citing health concerns and the need for better access to his legal team. The court's admission of evidence could implicate this effort as it may reinforce the government argument that Kanu is a flight risk or a threat to national security. In 2022, remember, a bail application was denied because Kanu had previously fled Nigeria, a point the prosecution continues to emphasize, but they are not talking about why he fled Nigeria. The implications for Nnamdi Kanu's release from prison. The question of whether Kanu will be released from prison hinges on several factors influenced by the recent court developments. The legal outcome of the trial. If the admitted evidence significantly strengthens the prosecution's case, Kanu could face a prolonged trial and potential conviction, keeping him in DSS custody. If the defense successfully discredits the evidence or heightened procedural flaws, Kanu's chances of acquittal or a political resolution increase. The reassignment of the case to a new judge in March 2025, following Kanu's accusations of bias against Justice Binta Inyako, could also play a role in ensuring a fairer trial, potentially favoring Kanu's release. Now, talking about political pressure and public sentiment. Kanu's detention has been a rallying point for IPOB supporters and a source of unrest in the Southeast. Calls for the release have come from prominent figures, including the Southeast governors and Peter Obi, who argue that freeing Kanu could de-escalate tensions and foster dialogue. The admission of evidence may intensify this cause. It is perceived as weak or politically motivated, putting pressure on the government to seek a non-judicial solution. So guys, we are waiting to see how this, becomes. Don't also forget that there are factors who do not want Nnamdi Kanu to go from here. There are some regions, okay, who and some individuals do not want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. But I'm telling you, this is a very high profile case. The world is watching, Nigerian government, on this very one. So this case will have implications on Nigeria trajectory as a whole. At the drop on for here, kindly drop your comments below the comment section. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video, make it go viral so Nigerians will understand what is happening today in the Nigerian political landscape. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye for now.